Hey, this is me, Brian. Anyways, so I wanted to address, this issue this morning. I've been, getting a lot of comments, pro and con, going up and down. Saying, right? They've been pretty drastic too. Saying. What I'm talking about here is about veganism, right? Saying, and some people, right, seem to think that I'm going to die because I'm doing this. Other people are, applauding me. Hey, Brian, you're doing good. Doing saving the planet, saving the animals. And then, right, saving yourself. Well, you know what? It's. I'm gonna here. Let's qualify this right off the top. I ain't no scientist, right? I'm no engineer, right? I'm no genius, right? But there are a few things that I do know because I got a brain, right? And I get two eyes, right? And I know how to think and I know how to look, right? So, right, number one, right, I've been after this now, for a good long time, right? Look at me. I'm 61 years old. A couple weeks ago, my doctor, Dr. Hammy, who's been my doctor now for like 12 years, who knows me very well, has got lots of documentation on me. She they did the 9 bottle blood draw and did a complete lipid panel, a complete workup, everything. Tested me for everything since I just got released from prison. She wants to make sure that I'm healthy, right? Well, remember now I'm 61 years old. I weigh 181 pounds, right? And I'm a smoker, right? Well, that's that's a big right there in her book. But anyways, and since I've been out, I have been strictly vegan. Except for a few mistakes here and there, or a couple of things I'm saying that I accidentally ate, right? That wasn't vegan. That really wasn't that big of a deal, but it did have a small effect. Right now, according to Dr. Hammy's reports, right, my lipid panels are perfect. Right, they are. I mean, I I'm like about 30, 35, 40-year-old man. I'm somewhere in between that bracket. I exercise a lot. I ride my bicycle, on average 20 something miles a day. Thank you, Will. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I eat primarily plant based food. Right? I try really hard to be, plant based specific. Right? Now, some of you people out there that are concerned that I'm hurting myself or I'm gonna kill myself, you know what? I know I don't know how many people that have chosen to be vegan. I know a few more people that have chosen to be vegetarian. Right? The 16 months I was in prison, I was primarily vegetarian that ate dairy and eggs, but very little dairy and eggs only when that was all there was to eat. Right? No. Um, Once again, I'm no scientist, right? But I do know what's good for me, right? And veganism is a choice. It's your choice, right? If you choose to do this, right, and you do it correctly, and you do it religiously, and and you exercise, and you do good things for yourself, you're going to be healthy. You're right. It doesn't matter whose ideology you follow, right? It doesn't matter if you're, to me, it doesn't matter if you're a meat eater, a plant eater. I don't really care. What I care about is right here, right? And how you present yourself and how you carry yourself through life, right? What your personal choices are your personal choices, right? Please, what I'm saying, if all you want to do is pound away and be negative, right, at those of us that are trying to do something good, please, right, what I'm saying, get a life. Right, because this is our choice and we're going to do it right now, right? Oh, wait, right? The meat industry, right, and all of the associated industries with it, right, have their lobbyists, right, up there in Washington, I'm saying, and they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars, right, to try to keep those cows locked up in the pens out there in Montana and North Dakota, right, and South Dakota, right, and Wyoming, right, because they're making hundreds of billions of dollars off of those poor animals, right? The poultry industry. Look, they marched out, you know what I'm saying, 150 turkeys out onto the east lawn at the White House so Trump could pick one so he could pardon it, right? Check this out. Me and 28 million Americans and probably 100 humans worldwide are allergic to the steroids that they feed the poultry, the chickens, the turkeys, the game hens, right? All of the processed poultry. It's deathly, to us. Right? I had to suffer from anaphylactic shock, saying the whole bit. I've said this, I've woken up 3 times during my lifetime with a adrenaline needle quivering in my chest because I accidentally ate processed poultry. That in and of itself, right, should tell you how bad meat really is for you. Right? But, hey, everybody's got to make money, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not, a militant, terrorist against all of that. I would prefer that stuff, goes away, but it's not going to, right? You know what I'm saying? It hasn't in my lifetime, and it's not going to in my next lifetime, right? So, hey, if that's your choice, more power to you, right? Ideologies, right? We are human beings, right? We always, from day one, from the first time Dave and Bob, stood up and made a deal with, seashells and cool little chunks of crystal and stuff, right? We have always had opposing ideas, always, right? For the next, 100 billion eons, we are going to remain with opposing ideas and ideologies, right? I let you have yours, right? I'm not pounding and pounding and pounding away to have people go vegan, right? No, it's a choice, right? My voice is out there, giving you guys an idea of how it is for me and how it affects my life and the performance of my life. And I feel better, right? I'm healthier. Look, remember, 61 years old, right? My doctor says, I have the physiology of a man, 25 years, younger than me. And that was proven to me back on the yard when I could run farther, I could work out longer, I could do more push-ups, I could do more pull-ups, right, than some of the young guys that were 20, 25, 30 years old, right? Yeah, a lot of it is from up here, right? But at least half of it is here, right? Ideologies. It's just words. They're just words, right? I look at it this way. All of those people out there that are trying to save me and saying you're working on your ideology and why you think meat and animal products are best for all of us. When there's a couple of 100 million people around the world, right? That their lives don't revolve around meat. People in the Middle East, people in Asia, people in East Asia, right? People in the Mediterranean, people in South America, right? They have been plant-based eaters for millennia, right? And it seems to me that their cultures are still thriving, aside from those, few instances where, Western culture, intervened and killed them all off, in the name of ideology, they seem to be thriving. All right, so before you jump in and make a comment this way or that way, I want you to stop and I want you to think about it. I want you to think about your choices and what you choose to do. And remember, I'm not opposing you. I'm not against you. I only ask that you believe with all of your heart in what it is that you're doing. Because if you don't, right, odds are it's probably not going to work for you. So, in closing, I would like to thank all of these people. Right? I'm not mad at you. Right? I welcome, the debate. I welcome the interaction, right? Because it gives all of us an opportunity to make those choices, independently, knowledgeable, informed, right? And do and it forces us to do the research in what it is that we want to do, right? And so I don't follow anybody's specific ideology except my spirituality, and for the vast majority of that comes from in here. So I want to say thank you, and to all of you that have put in. All of you that still have something to say it. All of you that that want to say something but are hesitant or whatever, throw it in there. Right? What the hell? Listen, this me, Brian.